So currently busy with the Mercedes. We're busy stripping out everything. If you know Mercedes, they have to strip out everything in order to get to the serpentine belt and get to the idlers, pulleys, tensioners, everything. So the two mountings are out. We got our brace on so that the engine doesn't fall and damage anything. So here's our tensioner here, held in by 3 bolts if I'm not mistaken. It's right down there. So we're just going to lock it with a locking pin, remove the serpentine belt, and then remove the tensioner. Let's do that right now. So I'm going to show you some tricks of the trade right now. Easiest way to remove the serpentine belt on these Mercedes. Right, so if you look down there, just bear with me, this is going to be a very tight squeeze. If you look at this pulley over here, right there, there's a Torx. Where that Torx, it's a special tool that goes there that loosens the tension on the serpentine belt. So you need that special tool to take out your serpentine belt, but I'm going to show you a quick way, easy just now. So on the tensioner right there is a hole that you can put a locking pin right there where my finger is, right there. So there is a hole there where you can align the hole of the tensioner with the tensioner, and then it locks. The way that I align that hole is by jamming my pry bar with the belt like that. I recommend you only use this way only if you're going to be changing the serpentine belt. For this car we will be changing the serpentine belt. So you lock it like so. If you're working alone, if you're working with somebody can just pull it down, pull the belt down from the bottom, and then the hole is going to align, and then you can just stick the pin in. If you're working alone, just do like this, lock it like that, and the hole will automatically align right there like it is aligned. And then we're going to put in our pin just now. So this Torx will be our locking pin for today. It has volunteered out of all of my tools. So all you have to do is to just stick it into the hole right there. It goes straight in, and as soon as you do that, then you can release the tension on the belt. Look at that. All right, so you release the tension on the belt. As soon as you release your pry bar, your belt is nice and loose, and you can remove your belt like so. Right, that's very easy. I charge a minimum on a serpentine belt job about 1,000 rand upwards, you know, depends on my mood. I'm just kidding, but yeah, I do charge a little bit extra on this job because it takes some time, and you need to be careful because if anything happens, you have to be liable. So yeah, if you want to do this, you can do that yourself. It's very easy. This is the easiest way to sort it out. Anyway, straight to the job. Now all we're going to do is remove the 3 bolts and get this thing out. So these are some of the tools you definitely have to have in your toolbox if you work on Mercedes regularly. Torx spanners, they're very useful for tight spots like those ones where the ratchet can't fit. So they're very useful for tight spots, and they make the job much easier. So invest in these, very cheap. So the 3 bolts holding the tensioner is out. So the tensioner is going to be on its way out now. So yeah, it's not even a tight squeeze. So tensioner is out now. We're just going to check the bearing on it. So tensioner is out. This is the serpentine belt tensioner for this Mercedes GLA. So we're going to spin it right now and see if we hear any roughness. Do you think there will be roughness? All right, let's get to it. I am not Albert Einstein, but that pretty much sounds like a rough bearing, and the similar noise that is continuously sounding in this vehicle. So this vehicle, as I suspected, has a rough bearing. So we'll go through all the other bearings in the car in a minute and see if there are any more rough bearings. We'll also check the water pump, we'll check the alternator and the idlers, and see if we can find anything else. And tomorrow we will be replacing this. If I do post this today, let me know if you want to see the vehicle once this has been fitted, because this seems to be the problem. Let me know, comment down below, like the video, and let me know if you want to see and hear this vehicle idling once we have changed this tensioner. All right, bye bye. So it's a brand new day. Wasn't able to post yesterday, but the parts just arrived. This is our new tensioner for the Merc. We're gonna put this on shortly and see how goes it. Got some tradesman's tools here for a new technician at the shop. Yeah, just a little addition to his tools. But yeah, let's get this done. So it's time to fit the new tensioner in. Just want to do a quick comparison for you. These are somewhat exactly the same. If you can look at the mountings and the shape and everything, it's all the same. It's good, right? So now let's compare the bearing noise. So this is our old one with a completely rough bearing. This is what a bearing that's rough sounds like. And then this is our new one. Let's hear how this one sounds. Absolutely quiet. So this car's idling should be absolutely quiet as well now. So let's fit this on and see how this vehicle idles. Sharp. Right, so the new tensioner is on. There's no other rough bearings that I heard on the car. Everything else is smooth. So it was just the tensioner. So now what we're going to do is put back the serpentine belt, put back the mountings, and then run the car and hope for the best. Serpentine belt is fitted. Just going to release the tensioner now so the belt can be nice and tensioned, and then we're going to put back the mountings, and then we're done on this car. What I do? Yeah. Then you got a battery discharge. Either you got a battery discharge or your battery is So as you can see, the assembly is what, 80% done, because all of the mountings are on, the bottle is on. It's just the fender liner and the wheel that's missing, and but we're just gonna put in some water and attempt to run this baby and see how she idles. If she idles just fine, then we're gonna go ahead and let the customer know. After letting her know, we're also going to be quoting for additional stuff, just minor stuff that needs to be changed that we picked up that are wrong with the car. So gonna attempt to give her a start. The keys inside. Gonna attempt to start it, see how it idles. I think it should idle just fine. Let's hear it. So the idler bearing noise is gone, but there is another noise. So we just noticed that there is little to no oil in the engine, because I heard that the hydraulic lifters are very noisy on this car. So we're just going to top it up with oil and just wait for these hydraulic lifters to bleed out and see if the noise goes away. Right, so oil is topped up now. We're just going to try and idle it again and wait for the hydraulic lifters to bleed. As soon as they bleed out, we'll then see if the noise is still there. It still persists, because the car had no oil in the car. There was just like absolutely nothing, bone dry. So let's see if it comes right. So the rough bearing noise is gone, but we are getting a intermittent rough idling noise now on the what you call these things, the hydraulic lifters. The lifters are making a noise inside the cylinder head, which is over here on the top. I'm guessing that is maybe because of the oil that wasn't in the car. The car, I think, was ran a little bit too long with little to no oil. So this car here, I'm going to have to flush the oil, do a engine flush on it, as well as put some hydraulic lifter additive and see if they come right. If they don't come right, we're also going to have to strip this out and definitely replace the hydraulic lifters. So Mercedes is busy idling here behind me, quiet as a mouse. So yeah, the hydraulic lifters were just a little bit rowdy because of the low oil. So we did, however, just try and bleed it and run it for a while until it got hot, so that they can be able to get bled, because it had no oil. So right now the car is as quiet as a mouse. Let's rev it up, give it a young rev for the unbelievers, So all you can hear now is just engine. So that's all you can hear now is the engine revving. No rough bearings, no rough hydraulic lifters. So I'm guessing over here maybe they did replace the tensioner or remove the serpentine belt and run the car, and they found that the noise, there's still like a noise in the engine. So maybe they couldn't see that the car had low oil, because it doesn't even say on the dash. So yeah, this car here is done, ready for collection. I think the client will be coming through to collect it. So yeah, for today we are out and sharp. Catch you on the next one.